Hey there, folks. Welcome to yesterday's news for October 26th, 2018. I am kicking myself for not making a video yesterday because I was going to have some really great, predictive insights, and now I'm just Monday morning quarterbacking. But either way, so let's talk about the MAGA bomber. So yesterday afternoon, the story is that there have been, at that point, 10 devices discovered, none of which worked. And pipe bombs are not terribly complicated things to make, so that seems very suspicious that you would have 10 devices and none of them work. And add to that the fact that the political results of this can very reasonably be expected to favor the targets. It smelled very much like a hoax. And there's also been a series of hoaxes perpetrated over the last few years which were intended to garner sympathy for left-wing causes. So as of that point, it really looks like a hoax. Then I took a closer look at the pictures of the devices that were circulating around, and I realized something, that's not even a hoax. That's just blithering incompetence. They didn't even look like real pipe bombs. Pipe bombs are not complicated. They're made out of PVC pipe, which I may or may not know someone who, as a child in the Chicago area, may or may not have made their own fireworks. And yeah, if you're making a pipe bomb out of PVC, you're making fireworks and not weapons. So the fact that it was made out of PVC, the wiring is all weird, the clock taped to the outside, it didn't even look like a good hoax, basically, is what it boiled down to. And so at that point, I kind of changed my opinion from, this is probably a hoax, to hoax or not, whoever did this is really not quite functioning. Because if they intended it to work, they're an idiot, because that's not how pipe bombs work, and it wasn't going to work. If they intended it to be a hoax, they made something that didn't even look like a real pipe bomb, so it was a stupid hoax. So that was my conclusion as of yesterday evening, that hoax or not, it was perpetrated by an idiot. And and then we catch the guy, in theory. There have been, I will address all of the things that still don't add up in a minute. But, here's this guy. I mean, you look at him, he's got his one eye's not pointing the same way. He's a retired male stripper who is now a booking agent for male strippers, apparently. A former bodybuilder with multiple arrests and various charges and convictions associated with steroid use and making threats and generally being an idiot. So the story of this just being an idiot, whether they're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, seems to hold water at this point, because the guy they arrested does appear to fit that profile. Now, people have brought attention to the fact that all the stickers on his car look brand new, which they do, and it's obviously a custom thing. Those are not commercially manufactured bumper stickers. He got a window wrap made of this, weird little Trump cult collage. That could, I agree, could very well be the, delusional fantasy of a left-wing person trying to impersonate a Trump supporter. It's pretty ridiculous looking, but this guy does seem to be pretty ridiculous, so that's a possibility. But again, the stickers being new doesn't mean it's fake. It just means that the stickers are new, which, maybe it took him a while to save up his money to make his mobile Trump shrine. Yeah, and if more details come out, it wouldn't surprise me if there was somebody from the other side pushing him along. Well, forget about that. That was a stupid point to make. The point that I really wanted to make was that one of the things about Trump that is sort of an unfortunate side effect. So the great thing about Trump is that for decades and decades and decades, the left and the media had this game they would play where any reasonable Republican they would label them a racist and a sexist and a bigot and whatever, and they would throw that kind of accusation all around, and they'd get all defensive and flustered and confused, and they would lose. And people finally just got totally fed up with it, and Trump came along and didn't care, and he just kept doing what he was doing no matter what they said, and everybody was very excited about that and very happy that here comes this guy and he's breaking the left's stupid racist game. Huzzah. The unfortunate side effect of that was that there are also idiots out there who take CNN seriously and see this and say, oh, the racist is getting support. It must be okay to be a racist now. And so a lot of idiot racists did, in fact, tag along with the Trump support. And that's, it's an unfortunate side effect. I don't know if this guy fits in that category or not, but he just doesn't seem like he's all there, is really what it boils down to. So it's entirely possible that this guy could be one of those wacky people who believes CNN and tagged along with Trump, thinking that he is what CNN says he is, which is bad. Or he's a patsy of some evil conspiracy, which is possible. I don't doubt that people in positions of power are sufficiently malevolent to conduct such a hoax, but they also tend to be blitheringly incompetent as well. So I'm not super sold on the idea that it's still, some kind of conspiracy, because my own personal experiences with government agencies is that however bad you think they are, they're twice as bad, but they're also half as competent. So, in my own situation, it's they proved they were willing to do some pretty seriously nasty, horrible stuff, but they were also really, really stupid about it. So, I would not put too much credence on the idea of a conspiracy, just from that standpoint, because the people who would do such a conspiracy are usually not sufficiently competent to actually pull it off, which, if that is the case, it will probably come out fairly quickly. I don't believe in the deep conspiracies. I believe in deep incompetence. So, or like little conspiracies that then get lost in the sea of incompetence. That's what I think happened with the Las Vegas shooting, really, is that there was probably some stuff that was hinky, and then all the blithering incompetence that followed failed to identify the hinky stuff and probably destroyed the evidence of it. So that was a tangent. I think I'm done talking about the MAGA bomber. So give a quick update on the good guy with a gun story from a couple days ago. That it has been confirmed that it was a civilian with a concealed carry permit who confronted the shooter in the Kroger in Kentucky. And more details come out that does appear that this guy was racially motivated, kind of like what's his name in South Carolina. Was it South Carolina or North? Charlotte, or no, it was South Carolina. It was down in that city on the coast that I've been to, Charleston. That's the one. Yeah. So apparently he had been trying to break into the black church across the street before he went into Kroger and shot 2 random black people. And then when he came out of the Kroger and a white guy confronted him with a gun, he tried to protect himself by saying white people don't shoot each other. So probably racially motivated crazy person. But the good news is that there was a civilian with a concealed carry permit who was able to confront him. It's unclear at this point. There are conflicting reports whether or not they actually did exchange gunfire or not. But the guy was there, and he did confront him. And he carried a revolver, which if you were to look at my other channel, you'd know that I really I think revolvers are generally the right choice for concealed carry. But that's not a good topic for this channel. So yeah, once again, reiterate, if you are indeed of sound mind and good moral character, as that seems to be a lacking number of people in the world today, but if you fit into that category, please go get your carry permit and do carry, because it saves lives, and that life that you save might not be yours. So it's definitely worth the effort if you live in a state where it is feasible. If you're in a may issue state, I understand it's unnecessarily complicated, but oh well. So with that, hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe if you did, and I will see you again next week.